Question 24, why was it necessary for Christ the Redeemer to die? Answer, Christ died willingly in our place to deliver us from the power and penalty of sin and bring us back to God. Now, a couple things in this answer that we need to understand is, first, in the book to the Romans, the Apostle Paul talks about how the wages of sin is death, and we understand that to sin against a perfectly holy God is to, in effect, forfeit our life, to break his law, to be a rebel against him. That penalty, no matter what actual sin we have committed, is a universal penalty, and that penalty is death. So for Christ to redeem us, for Christ to substitute himself in our place, he would have to die the death that we deserve so that we can receive the life that he has merited and earned by his act of obedience. And when we look in the full answer of the Catechism here, it continues, it says, by his substitutionary atoning death, he alone redeems us from hell and gains for us forgiveness of sin, righteousness, and everlasting life. There's a multitude of benefits that we receive and participate in because we are counted to have been in Christ by faith when he died. Now, just as a side note here before we wrap this up, a lot of people get uncomfortable with the idea that God's penalty is so severe, right? He has the death penalty for all transgressions of sin. And we could maybe look at that and argue for that, but we could also look at how gracious is God, that he would allow a substitute to stand in the place of the guilty. We see this as far back as the third chapter of Genesis in the garden. After Adam and Eve sin, he clothes them in animal skins. He exchanges the life of that innocent animal that they may live. So it's all a matter of perspective here. Are we going to look at God's law and his penalty and say, that's incredibly harsh, I can't believe that? Or do we look at the solution that he graciously provides? He's not obligated to provide that. That's all of his mercy. And are we going to rejoice and rest in that substitutionary atonement that is available for us in Christ Jesus? So question 24, why was it necessary for Christ the Redeemer to die? Answer, Christ died willingly in our place to deliver us from the power and penalty of sin and bring us back to God.